Hello and welcome to socialproofnow.com's help videos. Today we are going to be adding our website, or what we'll call create a campaign, and doing some notifications. So let's get started. I want you to log in with your email address and your password, and then once you're logged in, you're going to be brought directly to the dashboard page. Now, when I say add a domain, I mean add your domain. But on here, it says create campaign. So when you hear me say add a domain, that's what I mean. Okay, so for the rest of the video, if you hear me say that or anything about that, that's exactly what I mean. So you can see here that we already have, we added one, just to test everything out. And we are going to click on create a campaign. Now here is where you're going to put your domain name. So today I'm going to be working with a blog that we have. It's called Hemp Traffic. So I'm going to put Hemp Traffic here, and then I'm going to be just putting the domain hemptraffic.com. Oops. Okay. Now, if you want to add subdomains, you would just click on that to put it on. If you don't want to, just leave that off. Okay, but I just put that on so it shows up on all the pages. Okay, click submit. Okay, so you're going to see here that it's on. The status is on. Okay, which is a good thing. You always want to make sure that the status is on, otherwise the notifications aren't going to work. So now we added the domain, or we created the campaign. So we're going to add notifications for this domain. So I'm going to click here. Okay, and I'm going to click here now where it says create notification. Now this is the page we're going to be brought to, and this is all 14 of the notifications that we're going to create. I'm going to be doing a video for each of these, but today I'm going to start with informational. Okay, now informational is great if you can have a sale and just have it show up really quick, or just have some little tidbits about your site. You can add an informational notification. So you can name this whatever you want. I'm going to call it Info 1. Just for the sake of the video. But again, name these to what you want, and make them accurate, because if you're adding a lot of notifications, you'll want to know which one is which, because you can also, and you'll see as we further go into the video, you can actually add notifications to just specific pages. So I put Info 1, the name. I'm clicking on this one because we're going to do informational today, and then I'm going to click submit. Okay. Now here you see this is just a sample of what we have up, but I'm gonna make changes, so that's going to change. Okay. So we have here the title message, which is here. So I'm going to put hemp news. Okay, it's a title. I don't want to make it too long. I mean, you can, it'll just stretch it out more, but for the sake of the video, I'm just going to keep it shorter. So latest hemp news, latest hemp and CBD news. Okay, and you'll see it'll stretch out a little bit. Now, the image here, if you go to image.icons8.com, you can get some free images here. Okay, they also have a paid version, but you could, go there, and the images are the perfect size. So I have one here that I want to put on. Oops. Okay. Okay. Now you have here notification. If you have it where somebody clicks on there and you want to bring them to another site, you would just put that URL there. I'm not going to do that. I just want to keep it, keep them on our website where we're going. So you can see here, okay, it changed hemp news. My icon's there, okay, latest hemp and CBD news. Sorry, can't talk. Okay, so now we want to go to triggers. So I showed you really quick how to make the notification, the information on it. Now we're going to go to triggers. Now triggers are very, very important, because triggers are set when you want the actual notification to show, and what's going to trigger it. So let's start on here. Now I always leave it on triggers on all pages, But if you don't want that, and like I said, you can change that. You turn it off, and then you can put exact match, and you can put another page from your website. So for instance, like here's my site. Okay, I'm going to have the triggers show on all the pages, but if you want it just about, like if I wanted it just about hemp, I would just put that URL there, right? And then that would be the exact match. You can do it as contains certain words, starts with, ends with, and page contains. So you have all of those different options available to you for the trigger. I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to keep it on because I want it to go on all the pages. Now, delay. I have it set for 2 seconds. So as soon as someone goes to the site, I have it coming up in 2 seconds. You can change that. You can put it up or down here. You know, you can change it to whatever you want. I keep it at 2. Now, display notifications once per session. A visitor session is cleared once the browser is closed. Now, you can have that on if you only want to show it once per session. In other words, the person's on your site and he goes off that page and comes back on, it won't show again. I just keep that off. I want it, while he's on the site, I just want it to keep coming up. Display on small screens. Now, if you want this to show on mobile phones, or if the screen is, whether or not to display, basically what this means is whether or not to display the notification on when pixels available are smaller than 768. So in other words, if you're on like a mobile phone and the screen is smaller, do you want the notifications to pop up? It might take up half the screen, but that's completely up to you. I leave that on because everybody's on mobile phones now, and it will adjust, but still, you know, it's totally up to you. And a lot of times the screens are much bigger. So I'm going to leave that there. Okay, so you see here what I did. I'm going to click update. Okay, I like to update for every page, and you have to. So now, how many seconds do you want to display the notification? So here, the default, it's on 5. So it'll come up, it'll show for 5 seconds, and then it'll go away. Again, you can do that however you want. You can put it, you can even go like this and put 60, which means a minute, 60 seconds. Now, this is the thing. I'm going to set it -1, which means that while they're on the site, it's going to stay up there permanently. And I'll show you that when we're done. Now, where do you want it? You want it at the top, the middle, the bottom left. I like the bottom left because it seems like that's where people's eyes go. But hey, again, this is your site. You can put it at the top. You can have it anywhere you want. Do you want to have a close button on there? So if I turn this off, put it back on, it'll have like a little X there to close it. I put that there. You know, I do it because I don't want, you know, people to get annoyed if they don't want to. Maybe there's information there that they want to see. Display branding. Now, if you're an enterprise member, you can actually shut this off. Oops. And it won't have the branding on there. Let me just see. It turns it off. But that's only for enterprise members. So if you go back to display, now if you have your own branding, that's fine. You can actually put that on there and it'll show. It'll show automatically because you have the domain in there. So it'll show your domain on there. So if you leave that on, click update, see, there it is. So obviously I'm doing this for us, so it says our domain there. Now the last thing is customization, okay? Title color, let's see. Maybe I want to make it green because it's hemp. Maybe a darker green. We'll just play around a little bit. Okay. Oops. Okay, wait, hold on. Save, and see it turns it green. Description, do you want it black? I'm going to leave it black. There's background color. If you want it, instead of white, you want a different color. I like it white. Now, here's the great thing. You could have straight, which is like squares, okay? Rounded. If you just click out, you could see like it rounded a little bit, or round. See? It rounds it completely. I don't know. For this one, I kind of like the straight, which is the square. Now, border width, if you want to put a border, let's say you want a 3-inch border, you can see there, you can change the color. I'm going to put no border for this. I just want to keep it clean. And again, you could have the border color if you want. You can customize this however you want. It's your notification Display shadow, which I have on. It's on there now. You can see there's a nice shadow around it. I think that looks good. It kind of like gives it a little bit of a 3D effect. Now, here's the big thing. How do you want to do it? Do you want it fade in, slide, zoom, or bounce? Okay, so you have to decide how do you want to do that. Fade in, slide, zoom, or bounce. You can try each one. They're all different. I keep it on fade in and then obviously fade out because you want to, have that all set up. And then basically just update. Okay, so that's my notification. So I'm going to go over to the website that I have this on. And I'm just going to click to the main page. And I'm just going to give it a minute. Oh, you know what? Actually, yes, there's one thing I forgot. See? You see up here? Darn. I'm glad I remembered this. You have to have this on. Okay? That changes it on. See, it automatically has it off. But for each notification up here, you have to put it on. Okay? And then just click update. Make sure it's on. Now go back to your website. Okay, I'm going to click refresh. And there it is. See? Right at the bottom. Hemp News. And remember, I set it to -1, so it's going to stay up. Okay? And then see, here's the button, the X, if I want to just close it out. People don't see it. And it's done. So there you go, guys. I set up the first notification, informational. I hope this helps, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you.